Hey, how's it going? This is Greg from Legacy Productions, and today I have ourselves a camera review of the Vixia HF500 by Canon. Now, this is a model from the lower base models of the Canon HF series, going from there all the way up to the professional grade models, which I'm still working up to get as well. So let's start here with the box. Now, before we get to the camera, which I already unboxed out, so we wouldn't have to deal with much, I'm going to set that to the side right there. Now, I'm going to be showing you guys the box here. Okay, pretty interesting, right? You got yourselves the Full HD MP4 H.264 codec. You got the AVC HD, which only works on some programs. Premiere Pro has a hard time with it, and it pisses me off, so I never use AVC HD. And when I do, I have to convert it over, and I lose the quality anyways. There's no point of using it. And then you got yourselves the other settings, and then you got the Best Buy tag, which I probably will censor out. And then on the back, we get ourselves the model, and then a bunch of other things. You got the HD lens, the IS, the optical sensor, Digex DV4, Auto Smart, YouTube Ready, which YouTube Ready does not make sense at all. I mean, all cameras are YouTube Ready as long as you know how to convert the video format to another one so YouTube can pick it up easier, which in most cases H.264 is a recommended codec, not only for smaller file sizes, faster rendering, and it's faster upload to YouTube. And then baby mode, which I don't know, you can just do that with any camera if you know the settings. And then you got yourselves the battery life, which battery life is right here. If you get yourselves a better battery, the extended model, you get 165 minutes with the original battery, which is this right here. You only get 105 if you're using H.264. Using AVC HD, and you go down to 85 minutes, I believe. And that's not a lot. There is another model above that has wireless. There is optional accessories, wireless microphones, soft carrying cases, stereo video cable. Those are optional accessories. You get wireless microphone, which you can just use any mic and just get a hot shoe mount. And so we'll get into those settings in a bit. Alright, so we're going to show you guys inside the box real quick here. Now I already opened it. This is a no surprise unboxing. Instructions as always. Register now, which you should have done. And here, now this is all unpacked. So here we got ourselves the charger by Canon. It's a pretty thick charger. I would have liked it better if it was just on the wire, this portion, and there was a small adapter. So if I'm plugging into a multiple outlet area, which I do a lot at concerts where I go record at, where I'm having a solid feed, this camera would have performed well for me. But now I'm going to have to deal with a lot of this now when it comes to me going to concerts. So let's put that out of the box. And the next thing you're also going to get is a lot of bubble wrap, and there's no receipts. Nice part is get a mini HDMI to HDMI. Now, not a lot of cameras come with this stuff. This is the hookup directly to your TV or to a capture source if you want to do long periods of capture play. And I believe that's all that comes inside the box. Probably an AV cable. Probably not. Sometimes it does. And also a USB, which is a standard USB. If you remember this USB, this went to the Motorola Razr phone. And that's the only way I can remember that. V3, so not the older models, way before that. So if you had a Motorola Razr phone, and you're definitely going to know what USB connector it is. It's pretty standard on most devices. So this is the box here. Nothing else at the bottom, just white. Not cheap feeling. I got the last one at Best Buy thanks to someone that I know. So we're going to go ahead and put the box down because it's no longer needed. We got some dust on here from the box. So here we got the camera here. Here it is. And it's really small, so we're going to do a hand comparison. If you guys have the Samsung Galaxy S3, same size as it, with the battery pack. So if you guys want to know the size of it, it's the size practically of a Samsung Galaxy S3. That's the phone comparison. We'll get that out of here. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and show you the cool models that this thing has and some nice features, the cool models. Yeah, totally. So we're going to go ahead and zoom in here. Okay, so here we are. We got our nice lens here. It's a really small one. It's a 32 times zoom, and then it shows the millimeter and all that. So here is, you can go ahead and clip up and down very easily. Nothing, trickery, nothing like that. Just a little switch, up and down, up and down. It's really nice. The two stereo microphones here. I believe that's the format. And then here we got the HD 32 times optical zoom, and then we also got the HD CMOS and optical stabilization. Now, you guys are looking at this camera like, well, there's a mic input, why isn't there not a hot shoe, because you know a lot of people, when they have a shotgun mic, they happen to mount it right on top, like right about here in the middle, depending on how big the camera is. Now, downfall of this camera, and I already knew this when I was about to buy it. Now, if I can go ahead and grab the accessory, that will save a lot of people time, pain, and money. If I could find it. Now, I went to go grab the accessory and answer some text messages. I'm sorry about that, but here we got the accessory here. It's this hot shoe, just L bar here. Now, what this thing will do, and I'm gonna go ahead and you can get that into frame. Here it is. What it'll do is you have the thread here. You can screw it in, not the thread, the screw. That'll screw into the bottom of your camera, and you'll be able to use it as an optional place where you can add. It has two hot shoe mounts here, so we're gonna go ahead and zoom out to show you how it looks. So here it is. And there you go, your handle, and you can go ahead and grab your shotgun mic, which I happen to have mine mounted onto my DSLR just in case my auto recording goes out. So here we go, your shotgun mic, and then the wire would run out to the side ports here on the side of the camera, which we'll get to shortly. Another cool thing you can do here, okay, camera's bothering me. If you really want to, you know, be more versatile and I'll have that mic hanging out, like you can push it all the way back like that. And I've been using this setup for quite some time. You can even use it as a shoulder style rig, you know, press this against your chest, have this pressed against your chest. Put the shotgun mic on here to feel kind of loose. Tighten as hard as you can, and then run the wire directly there, and the shotgun mic can go right over and not interfere with the lens right here and get into your shots. So we got that. So once we have that now, looks pretty nice and everything. It'd be nice if this camera had a hot shoe, and this zoom rocker would actually be on the side of some sort or located somewhere else. Well, this is a really nice spot already, but either then it would be nice if it was just moved somewhere else, maybe to this side right here, or you know where the hot shoe can go at, and just have the zoom right here. But then that would kind of hurt the fingers after a while, so that wouldn't actually be a good idea. So let me go ahead and it's recording. Let me go ahead and shut this thing off now. I'm going to take off the hot shoe here. Get that out of there. I'm going to show you guys the battery. Tiny little battery. Series of Y people. Yeah, you have to go ahead and buy an expansion battery, especially for camcorders. I've already tried another third-party battery. Not really working. So here we are once again. Here's the camera. The zoom, I believe that's a speaker for zoom. So I'm going to show you guys the side settings on what this thing can do. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in right now. So here we are with the settings, and here we got them. Let me go ahead and focus that in. Okay, so here we have the settings here, and what we got is the first thing I'm going to show you guys is that there's a mic input and then AV out and audio. Now when you first get this camera and you plug in your mic in your headphones, you're like, oh no, I broke it. Well, I thought that first. Well, you actually have to go into your settings. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is I'm going to show you about this camera and how it has good autofocus and focus for manual. So here it is fully zoomed out. I'm going to go ahead and lose focus here. I'm going to zoom in. There it is. It just set focus. And there it is, out of focus. We can go ahead in any minute, go ahead and set focus here. There it is in focus now. Really nice stuff here. The lens pretty much kept it in focus, and I like that because not only it keeps things in frame, you can also tap here and it automatically sets focus in the area and it stays locked. So that's a pretty cool feature there. That's for manual focus. It's a cool thing. I like that a lot. And next I'm going to show you is the cool settings here. We also get in program mode. Program mode gives you the majority of settings. You also get video snapshot. I don't know what that is. I didn't really look at that. Exposure, you can set it. Mic levels, white balance, you can set it. You got these nice features here, pretty standard for most camcorders. And then we also got program mode, and then we got recording setup, set up the video, movie format. You have the options of AVC HD, and then you also get MP4, which is standard for YouTube, and then you get 35 bits, and you can get up to 4 megabits, which is pretty ridiculous if you want to do that. So there you go, you get 35 bits, and then you can also go into your settings and tweak everything. So we're going to go into the settings right now. I'm going to click on there. You get self timer, focus assist, position and startup, all this cool stuff, slow shutter, image stabilizer, and then you also get in the other settings, which is Hdmi status, and you get AV headphones, and you get all the other things. And also another key pointer is when you plug in your headphones, you get a lot of buzzing noise and to just scare the baloney out of you. So you can also go here into headphones and change it to headphones instead of AV. That scared me. I thought I broke the camera and I was about to go return it, but then I realized I can change the settings because I remembered watching this one YouTuber. Alright, you get also sounds. You can also disable, enable, custom control button. You can auto set a button on here somewhere on the camera to change it to whatever you're liking. You get a battery info, you get units, and an auto power off, which I have on just in case. Sometimes I forget to turn it off when I'm on set and don't kill the battery. It does a lot of beeping noise and it sounds like the battery's dying and it scares the crap out of people. But you're better off having a battery that didn't die than to have a battery that's dead when you go up to the camera. So it's a cool thing. And another cool thing is, well, every camcorder does that out there. You also have the option of rotating your screen. You rotate it down, rotate it all the way around. Can't rotate it forward. That'd be 360. You have 57 times advanced zoom, but I just keep it on 32 optical. It'd make no sense if I did that because you just gotta go into digital zoom, and then that's the camera right there. Pretty nice, pretty neat camera here. As for anything else, pros and cons. Pros, it's the size, and what you can do with it when you. Alright, I'm gonna give you guys here the pros and cons of this product here. Now the pros of this thing, not only it's a camcorder, you don't have to deal with much of what you do with the DSLR. You do have the options of HDMI and the audio, mic, and monitor hearing, which this camera has it, but my DSLR doesn't, which makes no sense. You can also look at video playback on this thing pretty well. Touchscreen is pretty garbage. I can give you that, and then SD card ports on the side. And the SD card that I'm using is a Sony a SanDisk Ultra Plus 40 megabits class 10 16 gigabyte SD card. Now I like to say thanks to the guy at Best Buy that got it for me for my camera, and it's really nice, and it's been working well with my camera, and I've been able to use AVC HD as well and get the highest bit rates out of this camera. Now that's that right there. Another good con is that the zoom is pretty nice and steady, and it keeps pretty stable with image stabilization. I give this thing props for its image stabilization and its size. The screen flip around is really nice, and the onboard audio is not bad at all. I can give you that. Another thing is that it's pretty nice yet compact. You can practically put it in your pocket if you have big enough pockets, and it's pretty handy for when you're with a family trip, or you're, just doing this standard YouTube video, or you're a vlogger. If you're a vlogger, you can also just go ahead and flip the screen around. And what you can do when you flip the screen around, so we got our camera up there, you can flip the screen around and do all this fun stuff, and there I am, blah, blah, blah. But that's pretty cool right there. So now once we got all the pros through, and how you can use H.264 already compressed for you, and you can go ahead and render out videos pretty quick if you're using the right codec to export after. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the cons. Now, but we'll have to find a way to equal out the pros and cons here, but here we go. Okay, the first con is going to be the screen. Now, the screen, I like it, the size, the colors is kind of off just a little. Touchscreen's kind of cheapy feeling. The touchscreen part is really hard to see. Like, it's kind of hard to tap on things half the time. You have to really push in. It's not very sensitive. And another thing is that the screen also feels kind of cheap on here. It feels like it might just fall off at any moment. So if you have to be very careful with the screen, because if you press too hard, you're gonna go ahead and break it. So that's something you have to also think about when getting this camera. Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and talk about is there's no hot shoe. Okay. There's no hot shoe mount for your microphone. Not even a smart hot shoe, the proprietary one that Canon puts on their models above this thing. There's not even one on this camera, and not even one on the Wi-Fi and the internal flash models. There's none of them on those as well. I don't know. That doesn't make sense either, but it's something that I don't know why they offer a mic option, but they don't even have a hot shoe right here, not even a mini one from their proprietary company. Proprietary's mini hot shoe, the one they say you can use your own settings, your own custom mic from their own company itself. So I don't know, that's a downfall. The battery recording AVC HD. The battery is going to go ahead and just drain immediately on you, and that's not something nice you want to have when you're doing a video that involves long periods of shootings. Battery immediately drains after a certain amount of time. Recommendations: use Kodak H.264. You're going to lose bit rate, but if you don't have Vegas or any other programs that can support AVC HD, best option, go to H.264, and your battery life will be saved, but you lose a bit of quality. The next thing I'm going to talk about here is going to be that this camera doesn't set focus right. Sometimes it goes off focus, and sometimes I see it at lower quality. The quality kind of go diminished in lower lighting, and that really kind of ticks me off, knowing that it says 1080p HD and the camera quality just diminishes on the camcorder here. And here I am getting some footage. See how the autofocusing just kind of, it's good at some points, but you want to go ahead and use your best, which would be going ahead and go to the studio mic here. It sets focus pretty nice, but the video quality is kind of low, and I don't know, this camera here says 1080p HD, but it's not pulling the true 1080 that would think about what a camcorder would pull. And now some people can argue, yes, it could be the lens or other things, but that's pretty much it for this camera, but I'm not going to go too much into detail about that. Also, if you have any other models from older previous Canon cameras, some might work with this, some might. I'm not sure about this, I can't confirm it. I don't have any other models of Canon camcorders, but that's pretty much it about this thing. If you're going to be buying this camera expecting to mount a mic on this thing, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to go ahead and buy the L bracket. And now the L bracket's going to cost a bit more, over your $250 or $200 depending on where you get it from. The L bracket's $7 over that, and then the shotgun mic doesn't have to add more money to it. So that's something you guys should think about when buying this camera. Now, I'm not trying to bum you guys' mood out. I like this camera, the handheld, what you can do with all that stuff on it. You can vlog, do everything, but there's certain limits you can do with this thing, and there's certain pros and cons about this thing. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry, I just kind of started losing my motivation to do this video. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm just joking around that last part there. I'm not losing motivation. I like this camera a lot. I hope you guys will get this camera. This camera is very budget friendly, very good for the YouTube starters. So that's all, you guys. This is Greg from Legacy Productions, and thank you for watching my review. Please subscribe for more content like this, and comment if you want to see more videos like this. That's all, and see you later.